What up? Chances are if you're clicking on this video, you know about SORA, which is OpenAI's new video creation model. I'm here to talk about what I think the future implications are, the current implications are, and just kind of recap this whole AI frenzy that's been going on the past year and a half. Oh, and if I ever lose your attention, just let me know and I'll throw some Subway Surfers up. So SORA's made a huge name for itself in social media discussion. I'm sure no one was expecting the videos that they released of this model to be as good as they are. You would think that AI would have difficulty mimicking human behavior and movement and consistencies within these videos, and yet this model seems to get it all right in ways that we weren't expecting this soon. I think one of the most impressive ones is this one with the golden retriever puppies in the snow on the mountain. I'm sure this is one of the main videos that everyone has seen. I think it is ridiculous how it can keep all the particles of snow in the same place relative to the puppies while also implementing laws of physics to understand when they would fall off. When I saw the video that they originally released of the walk through Japan, this is how they announced they were creating SORA and gonna release it. I thought this was a very cherry-picked example, and you can kind of see a good amount of inconsistencies in this video. For example, there are plenty of cars behind the trees that turn into people here, and then back into people, and some things are just not life-size, like the scale is wrong. The people walking close to the camera seem to be 5 times taller than the fence and the other people around them. It seemed very impressive visually, but it got the things wrong that you would expect an AI to get wrong, like scale, relativity, and consistency throughout the video. Maybe it can generate a very pretty scene, but it can't generate a realistic scene. However, this doesn't seem to be the case with all the videos that they released. They released some examples that are incredible, some videos that are very realistic, and some of them are very stylized. I think it's not only incredible what the videos look like right now, but how fast this has come. Because if you remember late 2022 or mid to late 2022, we were having the first AI generation images and they looked like ass. Like, they were terrible. They could generate the thing that you were talking about, but it looked terribly unrealistic. It was low resolution, and they gave you like a bunch of different examples. They gave you a bunch of different generations that all just looked bad. So I think at that point, a lot of us were like, maybe we're not as close to this AI revolution as we thought. For example, these cat images, they're cool, they were hyped because everyone was like, wow, AI can really do this, but everyone knew that these were unrealistic, they didn't look good, and they just didn't get a lot of things right. We've gone from that to AI images being generated so realistically that they can fool a good percentage of the population, and now we're going from that quality of images to a very similar quality of video. That is a massive leap. To go from realistic images to realistic videos is huge. You have to consider physics, you have to consider realistic movement. I mean, the way that these videos are portraying humans moving is uncannily realistic. Some things are still wrong, especially with the hands, but like the facial expressions, especially look at this example of this stock footage of a grandmother celebrating her birthday. If you look at her, she looks pretty real. I think it's wild that we've gone straight from images to videos when it looks this good. And it's not just cherry-picked examples as we've seen, because people with access to this model have been taking requests on Twitter to create videos using prompts given to them by people online. Obviously, these videos do have some limitations. They don't have sound in them, which is not something that we're totally foreign to. I mean, Adobe Audition has text-to-speech technology that makes very realistic human voices that people use on podcasts. You've probably seen it on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts. And so the potential to combine the AI generated sound with this video will truly be something to behold. And when we talk about confusing things that are real with confusing things that are not, it has a lot of implications, especially on media consumption. When you see this video of these dogs playing in the snow, if this was a real video, if I told you that this was 100% real, this video brings you some amount of joy. You think, oh, those are some really cute puppies. They're having a good time in the snow. They're enjoying themselves. Look, now when I tell you this is completely fake, this was created by an AI model, all of that emotion goes out the window. Think about that. There is no reason to watch this video and feel anything because it's not real. If a human animated some dogs playing in the snow, there's a human aspect to that, and that means someone was trying to portray these emotions to you. It has some meaning to them, and therefore you can take something out of it. But when a computer just generates it, there's nothing, it's soulless. I think we understand that as developed humans. I think there is a separate thing to be said for kids, for children. If we end up using AI to just generate shows for kids to watch, how are kids going to understand the human elements of media? For example, if we just showed some toddler a bunch of these AI generated videos, they'd probably receive some satisfaction, some happiness in their brain because they think it's real. They don't understand that it's AI generated. And therefore, they're gonna have some real trouble later on in life distinguishing between the two in an emotional sense. On the other end of the spectrum, from kids, elderly people don't understand this technology either. And they probably understand the human element of art much better than a kid would, but I don't think they understand how to differentiate real human creations from AI creations at this point. I've definitely seen memes of people posting fake images onto, boomer Facebook communities and them all believing it's true and commenting, oh, this is crazy, or this is great, or blah, blah, blah. And it's scary to think that we can just falsify information that would be believed so easily by older generations who don't understand this technology. If you think about the implications that this could have for politics, if you are able to generate video of someone using their face, their real life face in this video, you could make a politician commit as many crimes as you want on screen and keep just posting it. And eventually you're gonna get to people who believe it's real, or people who want to believe it's real are going to just take it at face value. They're not gonna look to see, oh, this might be fake. You've seen misinformation tweets and stuff. I'm sure you've been fooled by an AI image maybe once or twice before, but nobody cares to look into these things anymore, because what's the point of verifying every single post you see? I mean, who knows? What if this video is fake? What if SORA generated this video? What if I'm not real? But back to seriousness. How would you feel about AI videos taking over your social media feed? I mean, you can't even distinguish what's real and what's not at this point. Is that gonna be a good experience, or are you just gonna start gaslighting yourself into thinking that nothing's real? That's what I would do, seeing as I'm someone who doesn't like to just think that the future is going to come to a halt and we're not going to be able to tell what's real and what's not. I think there are a couple things we can do about it. First of all, it's really good that the US government is on watch about this kind of stuff. I mean, you see it from what happened with the Taylor Swift AI images. If you've ever seen the senators questioning the TikTok CEO in court, it's atrocious. They don't know how Wi-Fi works. They don't know how algorithms work. They don't know how social media works. The fact that they even care about something like this is a good step. Right? Luckily, the people creating this technology, OpenAI, seem to understand all the implications that this could have. They understand it better than any of us. They're trying to take as many steps as possible to prevent the wrong usage of this technology. Unfortunately, when it comes to technology, especially things that are accessible online, they're gonna get into the wrong hands eventually. The people who understand it the best, OpenAI, will work with our lawmakers to help them understand and help them create legislature around this to prevent what we can only imagine as content apocalypse. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna go into thinking about all that you could use this technology for wrong for. My personal belief in how I think that we can handle this best when it comes to social media and online content is that media platforms are going to have some kind of flag or label to mention that some content is AI generated. I think that if we get to the point where we're just posting AI content alongside real content, no one's gonna be able to tell anything. Harmful information is gonna be spread every day more than it is now, which is already bad enough. A label that ensures that readers and viewers understand that this video is AI generated or this image is AI generated is going to be a necessity for the well-being of everybody using that platform, and perhaps maybe an option to even filter out AI content. Personally, I would not want to see AI created images and videos all over my feed. I would probably just opt out of seeing it entirely. And this is possible so long as OpenAI has a say or some control over the content that is created. SORA is the only technology existing of this caliber currently. They can use the metadata within the files created from these models, generating these videos, and they can ensure that social media platforms will know that this was created using their model. If this ever becomes tampered with, if anyone ever tries to edit the metadata in order to remove this like flag that it was AI generated, it should be pretty easy to tell that it's been tampered with, and then hopefully social media sites would reject the video from being posted. The problem is, if OpenAI doesn't have control over this, if this technology gets into unregulated hands, that's going to be really difficult to enforce. So I think that's what we have to worry about. I think right now the best course of action would be for OpenAI to work with social media platforms to ensure that people know what they're getting into. Just to recap, I think that this technology came sooner than anyone was expecting, and I think it's probably too soon for us to imagine how to handle it properly right now. I think there are steps that we can take to ease this technology into our society, but I am sure that this is here to stay. Rest in peace to the careers that have been claimed by AI yet again. I hope that we can control this technology. I'm optimistic, but realistic. What do you guys think? Peace. Also, go check out my other shit. I got funny shit on my channel. Check